The sun bled across the horizon, painting the sky in burnt orange and fading gold. Caleb Ryder leaned against the splintered fence post, tightening the last wire with steady, practiced hands. Out here, silence was his only companion. Until it wasn't. A figure appeared at the far edge of the dirt road, a woman, stumbling more than walking. Dust clung to her clothes, her hair tangled, her steps uneven like she had nothing left to give. Caleb's eyes narrowed. Trouble always came walking like that. She stopped a few feet away, breathing hard, her voice barely holding together. I need a place to stay, just for a little while. Caleb didn't hesitate.
No.
The answer came cold, automatic. He turned back to his fence like she was already gone. I won't ask for free, she said quickly, desperation creeping in. If you let me stay, I'll work on your farm. That made him pause. He glanced over his shoulder. There was something in her eyes, not just fear, but determination. The kind that didn't break easily. Still, he shook his head. Not my problem. She swallowed hard, nodded once like she expected it, and turned to leave. 3 steps. That's all she made. Caleb exhaled sharply, muttering under his breath. Damn it. Stay, he called out. She froze. But you follow my rules. You work. No questions, no trouble. You understand. She turned back slowly, relief flickering through her exhaustion. Yes. Caleb didn't know it yet, but that one word was about to change everything. The ranch woke early, and so did she. By the time Caleb stepped outside, Elena was already hauling water, sleeves rolled, hands trembling but determined.
She didn't complain.
Didn't slow down. She worked like someone trying to earn every breath. Caleb watched from a distance. People lied, but work didn't. Days passed. She fixed broken tools, fed livestock, even managed to cook something halfway decent out of his limited supplies. Still, something wasn't right. She avoided questions, flinched at sudden sounds. And at night, she didn't sleep. Caleb noticed everything. One evening, as the sun dipped low, he found her sitting by the fence, staring out at nothing. You always this quiet? He asked. She didn't look at him. Only when I don't trust my words. That answer stuck with him longer than it should have. The storm came without warning. Wind howled across the plains, slamming shutters and rattling the walls. Thunder cracked like gunfire, lighting up the dark sky. Inside the house, Elena stood frozen. Another thunderclap. She flinched hard, backing into the wall, her breathing turning sharp and uneven. Caleb saw it instantly. That wasn't fear. That was memory. He stepped closer, slower this time. It's just a storm, he said quietly. She shook her head, whispering, It's not. Another crash of thunder. Before she could stop herself, she grabbed his arm. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then Caleb did something he hadn't done in years. He stayed. He let her hold on. The storm raged outside, but inside something shifted. When it passed, she stepped back quickly, like it never happened. Thank you, she murmured. But her eyes said more than her words ever could. Caleb rode into town at first light. Something felt off the moment he arrived. Too quiet, too tense. Then he saw them. 3 men, armed, asking questions. Woman traveling alone. One of them said, dark hair. Looks like she's running. Caleb's jaw tightened. He didn't stay to hear more. Back at the ranch, he found Elena exactly where he left her. Working. Like nothing was wrong. You want to tell me something? He asked, voice sharper than usual.
She stilled.
I don't know what you mean. That's funny, Caleb said. Because men in town are looking for you. Silence stretched between them. Heavy. Dangerous. Are you going to lie to me? He asked. Her voice dropped. I didn't want to bring trouble here. That's not an answer. She looked at him, then really looked. I can't tell you, she said softly. That was enough. Caleb stepped back, anger flickering beneath the surface. Then maybe you shouldn't have stayed. They came at night, boots in the dirt, shadows moving under moonlight.
Caleb was ready.
Rifle in hand, eyes sharp, breathing steady. Old instincts never die. Stay inside, he told Elena. But she didn't listen. Gunfire shattered the silence. The fight was fast, brutal, precise. Caleb moved like the man he used to be, controlled, lethal.
But there were too many.
One of them grabbed Elena. Got her, the man shouted. Everything in Caleb snapped. Before he could reach her, she moved.
Fast.
Skilled. She broke free, disarmed him, and turned the weapon with terrifying precision. The man dropped. Caleb stared. You're not just running, he said. She shook her head, breath shaking. I escaped, she said. They don't let people leave. Who are they? Her voice cracked. People who would burn this place to the ground just to get me back. Caleb looked around at the chaos, then at her, and made his choice. Then they'll have to go through me. Morning came quietly, too quietly. The danger was gone, but the truth remained. Elena sat on the porch, staring at the horizon. I should leave, she said, before more come. Caleb leaned against the post, arms crossed. You think running worked so far? She didn't answer. I've spent years pushing people away, he continued. Figured it was easier that way. He looked at her. It wasn't. Silence. Then she stood, walking past him slowly. I don't want to bring destruction into your life. Caleb reached out, catching her wrist, not forcefully, but enough to stop her. You didn't, he said. You brought it back. She turned, confused. Back, she asked. He nodded slightly. Something worth fighting for. Her eyes softened. For the first time, she wasn't afraid. Stay, he said quietly. This time, it wasn't an offer. It was a choice. And she made it. As the sun rose over the ranch, the world felt different. Not safer, not easier, but no longer empty. And for two people who had lost everything, that was enough.